Facebook too, per usual, on all of them at once. And I want to start talking out. By the way, I should pin this. Hold on, leaving a comment here on Instagram. Out of the marketing question, ask it. Marketing question, just ask. Just ask. Okay, do that. Pin that. Thank you for bearing with me there, Facebook. So I titled this thing, depending on where you're seeing it. Number one, moving the attention around. Number two, the live art shows. Number three, I want to answer a couple of your questions that you have or that you might have as we go along. But I want to start with this concept of moving the attention around. Okay. Now, if you're watching this on Instagram, you're sort of hosed because I'm going to do some screen sharing on the Facebook stream, the YouTube stream, the Twitter stream. But the concept of moving the attention around is essentially you have followers in one particular venue. And let's say I have followers on Facebook and I have a lot of followers on Facebook, and I want to move those followers from Facebook to Instagram. So I want to move the attention, the followers I do have, from Facebook to Instagram. How do you do that? You say, hey, you want to follow me to get my best content, my best updates. All you have to do is go ahead and follow me on Instagram. The how you go about doing it is actually significantly less important than the actually doing it on a regular basis. So I bring this up to say it is not a course of antibiotics. It is like a daily vitamin that you need to take and you need to be reminded of. And partially selfishly, I'm recording this right now because I know I need to be reminded. All of us, all day, all the time, need to take the attention that we own in a particular venue. Facebook followers, move them to Instagram. Instagram followers, move them to our email. Email followers, move them to Twitter. Twitter followers, move them to YouTube subscribers. And constantly be moving it around. And I have not found that success in this particular venue is anything other than doing it all the time. Literally doing it all the time. So on that note, when you occasionally see somebody do this and they do an absolutely brilliant job of it, you're like, got to respect the game. Like, that's incredible. So I'm going to tell a short story, a short aside, and then I'll probably have to do a screen share so I can show it. But I'm into soccer, okay? Through European, I'm into football. And what happens when the seasons end and they're on vacation between seasons? It's what's called a transfer window is opened up. So there's nothing to talk about aside from like, how do you transfer players in and out? Like, who's getting moved to what team? And like, there's all this gossip about it, right? So there's this guy, and let me just try to share my screen here, and I'll explain what I'm showing to people that are on Instagram. So there's this guy, okay? Just track with me for a second. There's this guy, Fabrizio Romano, okay? He's like an Italian guy, and this guy has all the best like sources on who's going to get transferred from one team to another, okay? The people that follow this sport religiously are fanatics, okay? The amount of content that they consume, for context, for Americans, like some of the biggest European soccer clubs are like 10 to 15 times the size of any big NFL or NBA team, probably even bigger than that, because the whole world watches soccer and only Americans watch football for the most part. I know it's growing. It's beside the point. Anyway, this guy gets all of the information ahead of time, like gets the leaks from the agents, and he puts it out there. And people are just following him religiously and refreshing. So he's got 1.1 million followers on Twitter. I'm actually surprised he doesn't have more than that. He's got 723,000 on Instagram, okay? And I have a particular club because there's an American that plays soccer now that I really like. That's incredible, and I'm going to need to stop the share and restart the share, so just stick with me. And I see your question, Alana, I'll answer in a second. So what does this guy do that's just so amazing, that's so good? This copy was so phenomenal, and I want to share it with everyone. And I also like sharing this because you can't constantly just look at what artists are doing, right? Otherwise, it just gets annoying. Like, you have to sometimes go out of the particular field that you're in Why is that letting me share this? Where the heck is that? Your entire screen. I guess I'm just have to do my entire screen. All right, so let me pull this up. I just did it in Sheepshin. But I want to say, okay, so moving the attention around and doing this like completely geniusly. This guy's got his highest following on Twitter. So his job is to constantly move his highest following from Twitter to Instagram, which he wants to grow, which is like the up and coming like platform, right? So he's got 2 tweets in here, okay, where he essentially gives you the little tease on this massive information that's about to come out. And then he does more details and he like points to this Instagram link, right? Now, if you don't understand anything about soccer, none of this will be any context, but the context of it is like, everyone is hanging on this guy's every word because he knows what's going to happen in the transfer market before anyone else does. And so he sets these 2 tweets up and he's like, oh, by the way, more details to Instagram, right? And there's not even that much more on Instagram, like barely a little bit more, but it shows you an example of how to do this. It's like really, really intelligent, right? Like give them a little bite of the apple on one platform, ask them to go to the other one for the rest, right? And that's something that was really easy to do. He technically didn't even need to do it. He could have done the whole thing on Twitter and it would have just been fine, but he did do it. And it's a very, very effective way to do it. So you tease on one platform in the hopes that they'll move to the other platform. And Alon asked, like, why do we want to move followers around? It's the same reason that a stool has 3 legs on it, right? Why does it have 3 legs? Because it's really stable, okay? You never know when the rug is going to get pulled out on any one of your platforms, okay? Like Facebook could start losing reach. Something could happen with Instagram. YouTube could explode and be the next one. The more attention that you have in each of these individually, the better off you are. It's no different than, how could I say it? Like, it's having bank accounts at banks in like 6 different places, right? The bigger the bank account is in each of those places, the happier you generally speaking are, right? And you can sit there and just move it around. I mean, it sort of works, that analogy, sort of not. But you want to have as many followers as possible on all of the platforms, period, because anytime you do something, you're going to get more attention, right? So moving the attention around, and I should note too, I did a podcast on this probably, I don't know, a year ago, maybe. Nah, it wasn't a year ago. It was like at the tail end of last year. I'm going to put it in the Facebook comments. So the link is at least there. Instagram, you're sort of host. I could put it somewhere else, but it's on Art Storefronts. It's called Moving the Attention Around. It's how to do this. But the reason I bring it up is because, and I also want to frame it with like the live stuff, is you never know. Okay, let me back up and say this. This is the long game we're all at, right? Us marketing our business, you guys marketing yourselves as artists. You never know who's going to like raise and lower in status as it goes, right? Like YouTube might suck right now, and then like 3 years from now, it might become the greatest social platform ever. Or Instagram may be doing okay now, but maybe the balance of power will shift back to Facebook, or like maybe somebody will change the rules somewhere along the line. So it's very easy if you do it incrementally, just to constantly move the attention around. Ask someone that follows you on one thing to go and follow on the other. How easy was it for me to do that? It took 2 seconds, but I actually did it intentionally. How often are you doing it? How often do I see most artists doing it? Not that often. It's a muscle that needs training. So I'm doing it as much for myself as I am for anyone else. So that's number 1. Number 2, now that we have the live broadcast, and this will sort of be my segue to the live broadcast, the whole balance of power has changed, okay? And let me give you a for instance. Prior, okay, to these live broadcasts, because how many people you had following you on Facebook, how many people you had following you on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube subscribers, it did not necessarily equate to those people seeing your posts, right? They took away that balance of power. Facebook did, YouTube did, Instagram did. So something like 1% of your followers, okay, would actually see 100% of your posts, which is ridiculous, right? So prior to these live broadcasts, I would have said investing in people liking your page or investing in people that are going to follow you on Instagram is pure vanity, okay? It's not going to do a damn thing for your business aside from the pure vanity of saying, here's how many followers I have, look at me, look at how awesome I am, right? That's changed with the live broadcast, at least for the time being. And the reason it's changed is because you're able to do a live broadcast, okay? and instantaneously all of these people are notified that you're out there and you're doing these things, okay? And they get a little notification. Art Storefronts is about to go live, right? Like Alana May Judah is about to go live, right? Like Berlin Acuna is about to go live. You didn't get that before. And that's this little moment in time. And I don't know how long it's going to last. But now we're sitting there looking at followers on our platform. And it's like every time that the socials send that little broadcast out to your followers, it's like a little, just a little tickle. Hey, this person's live. They're online. So it literally, you look at these live broadcasts, and a lot of this is for customers too, because you're starting, you're discouraged. I don't have that many people following you. Okay. Like Art Storefronts has a page with, I think, 80,000 Facebook likes. Okay. And Instagram maybe is a little bit over 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. In total, I only have 21 people watching this right now, according to the data between my two. Think I care? I don't care. Atlanta tees. What do I keep saying? I don't know. Anyway, the larger point is it takes a while to get the audience going and to get the viewer count up. But it's literally turning this thing on and talking about whatever it is, okay? It's like sending an email. It's no different than sending an email. All of you guys are on in this particular moment in time. Maybe you would have been, wouldn't have been, whatever. Maybe I'll go live later and you won't be there, but I've reached all of you. And we exist and you're top of mind. So it's just sending an email, but it's sending an email on a day that you've already sent an email, right? You're not gonna feel guilty about it. You're not gonna feel like, oh my God, I'm burning my list up, or like I'm annoying my friends and my family so much, because you're just on there persistently and you're talking. It's that powerful. And it also underscores why all of a sudden Facebook, how many people like the page? Big deal. All of a sudden Instagram, how many people like the page? Big deal, or fans, I should say. YouTube followers, how many are subscribed? Big deal, because all of them are getting little notifications, okay? And some of them are on and some of them are off, and you don't know when it's going to be. Boom, right? Boom, they're all there. They're all there, and you just get a little touch, and that's that. So it's just sending another email. So that's what I would say about the live broadcast. That's what I would say why you need to stay encouraged. So yeah, that's what I've got. And I think it's important. So I'm going to continue to harp on moving the attention around, moving around all year. I've got some announcements. Anyone else has a hardcore marketing question on Instagram or on Facebook, leave a comment, or YouTube or Twitter or any of the rest of them, and I'll be happy to get into it. But what was the announcement? Oh, we're having another art business workshop. Had a great one today, having one on Friday. We're calling them the art business workshops. Tomorrow is the art business warnings, which is our twice weekly show talking about the latest and greatest in art and business marketing. Notice me attempting to move the attention around here, by the way. Easiest way to catch those shows, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, get on our email list, and you can catch all of those shows, which are great. You can binge watch them by going to YouTube, going to Instagram, following us on Facebook, move the attention around always. So a great way to do that. We're also having a huge sale right now that ends at the end of the month. Q4 is coming, so you've got 11 days to sign up and potentially get involved in that. So that's the sales pitch portion of it. That's all done. And I think that's it. I'm losing my voice here. In Atlanta minus the T. Atlanta, except it's Alana. Do I have that right now? You have to leave me another comment. I'm so bad with names. She's told me this like 25 times what the name sounds like, and I keep saying it wrong. I don't know if Atlanta minus the T helps me. I don't know. That might even confuse me more. But that's what I've got. Move the attention around, live broadcasts, and hope to see you guys later in the week. No, she's giving me no. Well, just tell me on the next office hours call. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I'm going to need a post-it note. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.